Hey guys, so I haven't posted for a while, so I thought I'd give you a quick update here. I call it the fall update, and let you know that I don't recall what I said in my spring or summer update as to what I figured I was going to get done this year, but none of it got done. So, anyways, I figured I'd give you an update on what I'd been working on. I'd been working on, a bunch of car stuff, but nothing I felt like posting on. The biggest project this summer has been the flatbed for the Super Duty. I don't know how well you can see that, but did a flatbed up for the Super Duty here, pipe racks up here. I haven't done that one up because I want to weld some guides onto it, but this took a good part of the summer, and I figured it would be a little bit of work putting in some cab corners in this thing, and of course there's always balloons, and pretty much the floor and the supports are gone right to the edge here. So I've got to rebuild that, and that's what I'll be working on probably for the rest of this fall. And I will be posting videos of this. Classically, I kind of had stopped posting on the F350 because I always seem to get a lot of negativity from those, and on both sides, my side and anybody who watched it. So I stopped posting on that, but I'll resume on that and show you guys what I'm going to do with this thing here. F-150. You guys haven't seen this thing for a while and hasn't been plated for a year, and right now I'm stripping some of the pieces off of it I want, like the hitch. I bought a pretty good quality hitch on for a pretty high weight rating hitch that I put on this truck, and it cost a fair bit of money, so I'm pulling that off, pulling the brackets off right now. I don't know nothing you really need to see under there other than the rust. But I'll pull those off next. After that, I'm going to pull the seats out of it. Vicky's got to get all of her horse stuff out of here. I got to get a cat out of here. He's apparently very, very comfy. And I pulled the stereo out of here, and I wanted the stereo. This is an older stereo. I actually forgot how old this was, but it's actually a 2004 stereo that I bought. Yeah, manufactured August 2004. So I'm going to take that out and put that in what is going to be the new trailer puller, since this thing is still a ways from going. I just got sick and tired of waiting for it. And I bought another vehicle. By the way, these are going to get changed out. I don't like them. I've got some flush mount backup lights. Also, these would have worked better on a 3-inch, or sorry, a 4-inch tube, but 3 inches is what I had when I made the bed. Anyways, I'll go and have a quick look at the new vehicle. So the only requirement for the new vehicle was that it be able to pull the horse trailer, car trailer, and that it be safety and certified and e-tested, because that's important here where I am. So I found this thing, a 99 Suburban. I've got the front hubcaps for it. They just seemed loose, so I took them off before I drove it home yesterday. But I picked this guy up. It's pretty solid, high miler, like 300,000 Ks on it. But it's not bad. There's no rust on the body itself, but on, unless you count the doors, I guess technically there's rust there. Like that needs to be done. There's a little bit of perforation in the same place on this side here. Bottoms of the doors look a little bit not too good. The barn doors are the worst part of it because they have got a fair bit of crustiness on the bottom. Nothing I can't fix, although I was thinking about buying another pair. I saw some guy near me had a set for $150 that he said was rust free, and if they really are rust free, well then that's a pretty good deal. But yeah, anyways, so I bought this thing. A little bit of surface rust right here, but if we go and we look behind the wheel wells, let's see if we can look. Light can turn on. I don't know what you can see. Yeah, a little bit of peeling paint there, but it's actually all solid back here. Now the frame looks a little bit crusty, but it's not too bad. But the underbody, I don't know what I can show you underneath here. Probably not worth trouble, but here I'm just flipping the viewfinder around. Will you guys get out of the way? You guys are being pests. Okay, so I got distracted by the dogs there and didn't realize I had to actually shut the camera off there at some point. So, I was going to show you the underbody here, and as you can see, for a 16-year-old truck, and if you know what it's like to live in a place like Ontario, this is a pretty damn clean underbody. You know, like those supports aren't looking too great, but not for the running boards. But everything else is nice and solid. This guy had it oiled every year, and I think I'll get it oiled again this year, or maybe I'll spray it with that waxy stuff I've seen the Rick Fix use. Now the frame is looking a little bit crusty, but man, I have seen a lot worse on that Super Duty, so I'm not going to complain about anything under here. Just have a quick look a little further under here. Like, this looks pretty good. You can see some rust along the seams here, but if I get on top of that, I'm not going to have any problems with rust out on this thing. Like, it looks quite perfect here. You know, I'll get it sprayed again, and we'll call that good. So, I'll climb out of here. Let's start this thing up. Good exhaust system. Crusty drive shaft, but good exhaust system. Like I said, it looks like around any kind of a edge, it's rusting a bit. That right there might need some attention. I'll see. Clean it off, and that might be all it needs. It's not perforation, at least. So I'll climb out of here, and we'll have a look at everything else. No leaks as far as I could see. Okay, so I'm in the cab here. 8-passenger seating. You know, I'm sure that's not anything too unusual for a full-size Suburban. Half-ton, 4-wheel drive, and not full-time 4-wheel drive, part-time 4-wheel drive. And it works. What else is important here? 5.7 liter, half-ton, like I said, 4-wheel drive. Like I said, 300,000 Ks on this puppy here. Giant ass fuel tank. Let's see, what was the total cost here? Yes, $144.13 for 147 liters. Yeah, 97.9 a liter in Waterloo. Stock stereo, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to pull that out. Well, let's start it up and you can hear that thing. And I'll stick this thing out the window and maybe you can hear it a little better here. There we go, seatbelt warning went out. Starts really easily. You know, no complaints about it when I drove it home. Apart from one thing, which was the shocks. I'll flip this thing around here. The shocks, the ride was kind of like that. If the image stabilization doesn't go and mess that little thing up for me. Yeah, they all need to be done, and I knew that at least one of them needed to be done, and I guess if we're going to do one on the rear, you're going to have to do the other one. If we're going to do both the rear ones, I might as well do the front ones. But yeah, it was a pretty rolling ride. Now, apart from that, the only other things I'd like to do to it is these tires pass safety. But I don't know what the criteria is for a safety. You know, like there's the wear bar, so it's above the wear bar, but I thought any cracking in the treads was a safety MTO failure, but it doesn't really matter since I'm not going to keep those on there. They're pretty worn down. I'm not too happy with them. What I'm going to do is I put a new set of tires on the Super Duty, same size. And basically, I'm going to take them off the Super Duty because these have 0 miles on them. They've just been driven the truck around the yard. So I'll pop these off of these rims, put them on those rims, take the tires on those rims and put them on these rims. Saves me $800 in buying a new set of tires for that truck. And maybe lets me recoup a little bit of money from the Super Duty. And if you're wondering why I haven't, going back to the Super Duty, well, let's finish with the Suburban first here. With the Suburban, there is one other thing that needs to be done, in my opinion. Well, it needs an alignment because the wheel is cockeyed, but that's kind of optional. And the other thing is, I filled that thing full of gas, like I said there, $144 worth. And I got a massive smell of gas coming from the back of that thing, so I got to drop that tank and see if it's got a leak in it. Now, the emissions test should have picked up any leaks in the fuel system, but that much stink, you know, like couldn't have been anything other than a leak. So I'm gonna have to look into that. The other thing, now going back to the Super Duty here, if you're wondering, somebody is bound to mention it, why don't you just buy another cab for this truck? And the question is, well, the answer to that is, I am completely loath to spend any more money on this truck. I refuse to spend any more money. It's been too much of a money pit. Anything I do from now on is going to be, you know, by my own abilities and time. Time I can spare, money, no. You know, I bought that truck. That truck will serve me well. And it may just be that, you know, once I fix, you know, the rust in this thing, that I might just move it on. I haven't decided. You know, it all depends. You know, like it will be a good tower. This is a full 1 ton, but will remains to be seen if I keep it or not. In any case, guys, I think I've rambled on long enough. I don't know how long this video is. The timekeeper isn't on the right hand side. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish pulling the parts I want off of the F-150. Vicky's going to clean that out. Then I gotta go and haul some garbage to the back. It's completely chock-a-block full of all this rotted wood that was next to the house. And once I get that out of there, then I will probably be calling a friend's kid. He can take the doors off this thing, and then I'm gonna scrap it out. I have some ideas about what I might want to do. You know, like this truck did serve me well, and I kind of had half a mind that maybe I might do something with the front end of it, but we'll see what we do. If I do something, I'll video it for sure, guys. So the regular videos will be coming back. Any negativity will not be tolerated in the comments, just so you guys know. You know, like I'll just flat out block people. I've had enough of that bullshit. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and sorry for not posting for a while, but it's going to continue.